Hey guys, welcome back to Wix Fix. I hope you're having a fantastic day. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you about layouters inside of Editor X. Now, if you're new to Editor X, I highly suggest you go watch my Editor X Basics video, which basically covers the layout of Editor X and best practices. The link to that video will be in the description below. If you watched my last tutorial, we talked about grids. And basically what grids are is they help separate our website into different sections. And layouters are pretty similar. However, they're also responsive. So let me show you an example. So if we go to Add, go to Layout Tools, Layouter, and we just pull out this basic one right here. And let's go ahead and stretch this layouter to the whole section. Then if we go to different breakpoints, you're gonna see that these items inside the layouter are automatically getting smaller, and once we hit mobile, they'll automatically wrap as well. So basically what these are is a responsive grid, and there's a lot of cool things that you can do with them. Firstly, we can customize the size by either coming over to these plus and minus icons, and we can increase the width by 20%, or we can come over to our inspector panel and we can set a width manually. Also, you can set a minimum width and a minimum height. For example, we just added this text here. If we want to make sure that this text doesn't get cut off, we can set a minimum width to this to be about 550 pixels. Now, if we shrink this down, if the device size ever is smaller than 550 pixels, then this item will automatically become a full row. That way nothing gets cut off. So what we're going to go ahead and do is click this right one. We're going to set the height to be about 200 pixels. Actually, let's make it 500 pixels. And we'll go ahead and decrease the size so it comes back up here. And we'll center this back up. Now we can right click, quick add, and add an image. We'll just pull this up and we'll stretch it. And then as you can see here, the layouter automatically has some gap. So if we want to change that, we can come over here to the breadcrumbs, click the layouter, change layout, and we can set the margins to 0 if we don't want them. Also, we can change auto wrap. We can turn off auto wrap, which basically means if we turn that off, then these two elements won't become different rows. It'll just be two columns like it is on the desktop one. So it's always good to leave auto wrap on. As you can see here, we also have options for display type. So we can choose columns, rows, mosaic, or even a slider. We'll just leave it as mosaic for now. And you also have the option to change the item direction. So as you can see, it basically flipped these. But the cool thing is if we come over to tablet and do change layout, and then we flip it back, now we have two separate layouts for two different screen sizes. Another cool feature is we can actually apply a grid inside the layouter. So now we have 3 different sections inside this layouter. And let's say we don't need this item inside our layouter, we can just right click and say delete. And if we want to add an item, we can come over to the breadcrumbs, select layouter, and we can add an item. So if that was a mistake, or we just have more items we want to add, we can always do that. Now if we come down here to add another section, we can actually add a layouter as a section, just like that. And then let's go ahead and make this one black, and we'll leave this one white. Let's say we want the black to be on the right side. So we can either right click, switch order with the next item, and it'll switch it. Or we can click an item. In the top left, we'll have a little drag icon, and we can just manually drag it over just like that. So if we look at this template that Wix has created, we can see how the layouter is being used to create a really cool website. And that basically wraps it up for the video today. If you did find this useful, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you on the next one.